Welcome to the math record. Today we'll introduce the idea of the polynomial. This video would be the first part in chapter 2 of our precalculus class. The polynomial is one of the fundamental equations that math utilizes. So you might be asking, what is a polynomial? Well, a polynomial is a general way to refer to a bunch of equations that contain ascending powers of a variable. There's not a specific definition, but for this class it would do. Definitions for math terms are overrated anyways. If you still don't understand what that means, let's explain it in a more mathematical way. Let's take, for example, a linear equation. A linear equation is in the form y equals mx plus b. Now think about a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation would be in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Do you see the difference between the quadratic and the linear? The quadratic has x raised to the power of 2. So a polynomial would be what happens if you add an x to 3 to this equation, to a quadratic. Or what happens if you add an x to a 4 or x to a 5. See, these graphs will help us map out trends in the physical world. So the next question is, what would these polynomials be named as? So if you have a linear would just be called a linear. A different name for it would be called a polynomial to the first degree. See, this would be another name for a linear. So, what a quadratic would just be called a quadratic, but another name for it would be, if not polynomial to the first degree, because the first degree means that the x is raised to the power of 1, which is the highest amount of power. So for quadratic, there's a 2. So what do you think the first would be? It would change to a second. So a quadratic would be a polynomial to the second degree. So if you have a polynomial with x to the 5th term, that means it will be a polynomial to the 5th degree. Or if it's an x to the 6th term, it will be a polynomial to the 6th degree. You see how that trend works? It's basically using the value of the exponent and using that as the name, say polynomial to whatever the exponent's degree. So in summary, polynomials are basically a collection of equations with x raised to a certain power. Well, that is it for introducing the idea of polynomial for part 1 of chapter 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next math record.